right, so there's talks about a new Re-Animator movie, House of Re-Animator. I hear William H. Macy might be in that cast and has something to do with the White House. Am I correct at all?
Well, you know, I have to say that of any movie that I have not done, that there is not a script for, that there is not a deal in place to make, I have had more questions about House of Re-Animator. It's phenomenal if the studios or independent production companies could tap into what the fans are asking about. They might realize that maybe this is a movie that they ought to put their muscle behind. House of Re-Animator, House being in this case the White House. Vice President has had a heart attack while enjoying the profits of a private contractor to the government, and dies. But he can't be dead because he really runs the country. No resemblance to anything in reality.
Right.
And of course a Carl Rovian sort of character says, I think I may know somebody who can help us. And so Herbert West is brought into the White House to bring the vice president back, and everything's fine.
Yeah.
For a while. And then it goes horribly, horrifically, gorically wrong. So that's sort of the premise.
Yeah.
Kind of a slap in the face of what's going on right now,
Yeah.
and at the same time fun and scary and absurd.
What's it like to be able to revisit characters you've played, like 20 years ago?
Yeah, very strange to, I've done 2 sequels to Re-Animator over the course of, 20 years? Yikes. And I think of, there's very few actors that have done that. I think of Sean Connery with James Bond,
Sure.
and I think of Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween, and then I really don't. So it's kind of daunting, actually. It's kind of like, wait, what did I do? When did I do this? It's kind of a surreal dream when you, like 3 years ago when I did Beyond Re-Animator, it was very strange.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
What do you make of horror having such a huge comeback as of late?
My thinking is that horror always has a comeback when we are in troubled times. The 50s, it was the whole sort of Cold War scare, and oh my God, are we going to live tomorrow? And it's sort of a way of venting our fears. And in the 80s, with the whole build-up and, the Reagan era and all of that, and now even more than ever, we're all very afraid, and it's a way to let off some steam. Although,
is it an escapist thing, or is it a way to tap into relevant issues in a disguise?
I think it's both. I think it's both, and I also, but I have to say that there's a certain new brand of horror right now. This whole sort of torture
porn, they refer to it as
just,
the Eli Roth type
yes,
thing.
it's very odd to me. There's something kind of, what's the story? Who are these people? Do we care about them, or are we just setting them up so that we can humiliate them?
Right. There are no stakes if you don't care about the characters.
It's basic storytelling 101. So, I don't know. It'll find its feet, I guess. The good always rises to the top and holds up to the test of time, and the bad kind of fades away. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us.